Hello again and welcome back. We're in Palmas now at this stage, enjoying the sun and Anna's hometown. That was a video of two birds feeding each other. I thought it was cute when we went out for dinner. And then I went to Anna's dad's house just to work in the barbecue area. And that's Anna's dog, Sophie, and she's obviously very, very excited to see Anna. And then later that night it was Abanir's birthday, so we celebrated that. I can't remember what day this was, but we just kind of went into the pet shop to have a look around and see what animals they had, just to see. And then we went over to visit Anna's cousins and her aunt, Veronica, and this is their parakeets and their lovely big fluffy dog. And when I was eating dinner, he was patiently waiting under the table to get some scraps, but unfortunately I wasn't allowed to give him any. So that weekend, myself, Anna, her father, and her brother Pedro, we all went to a place called Jalapão, which is it's kind of the leftover parts of the Amazon, I guess, where it meets kind of like the desert biome / natural springs and stuff, which is really, really cool. So this first place was a really cool deep canyon that we went into, where the water's still running, and there's a nice river that runs through it. So that was really, really cool experience. Very, very beautiful. So we spent a bit of time there in the morning, which was nice because it was lovely and cool down there. And then afterwards we went on to a couple of different places. We saw a forest fire. I was very surprised by, because the smoke was absolutely massive, but the rest of them said it was quite normal. And as you can see here, the terrain is absolutely crazy. It was the bumpiest car ride I've ever been in. It's absolutely mental, and it never stopped. It never got easier. So yeah, we took a little stop at this beach that we found on the way to the next destination. But that was a lovely little stop, and we were able to cool down in the water. Again, this place was lovely and refreshing. But yeah, our next stop was this place called the Dunes. So we had to go and get a guide. So this was the bar kind of area that we stopped in to get the guide. It was lovely as well. I tried a bit of slackline, not very good. Here's Anna helping me, and she didn't give it a go, which is ironic because she used to do slackline. So once we waited there for a while, we had a drink or two, and then we got a guide to bring us to the dunes. So obviously they want to preserve the dunes, so they make sure that people don't damage them when they're there. So yeah, really lovely as well. Just like pristine sand dunes in the middle of like a tropical forest area, which is really, really cool. And we stayed there until sunset, so that was really, really nice. The colour of the sky was beautiful, the sand was lovely and hot, and it was just a really, really cool experience to see that. And later that night we drove to another hotel. We got a lovely dinner and sat by the campfire, and we had a bit of time in the pool as well. This is the next morning. I was relaxing in a hammock waiting for the guys to finish packing, and then we went to this natural spring, which was really, really cool. It was like a small waterfall, and then a river that kind of led into the forest, and we just kind of got in and swam around and stuff. Here's us actually in the waterfall, so that was really cool. Here's the little doggy that lives there. Afterwards we went to a series of these things called fevaderos, I think they're called. Here's me washing my feet and washing my hands with the same water. And here's Anna and her brother playing foosball. But yeah, we went to a couple of these things called fevaderos, which are basically called the boiling pots. Here's an emu for some reason that was just kind of in the place. But yeah, the fevaderos are like natural springs that are pushing the sand up out of the way, and the current's so strong that you float in it. So you can kind of see that you dip into it, and the sand is basically like liquid. So you can see my feet are completely submerged in the sand, but I can move them really freely, and I'm floating completely freely. It's not like I'm trying to paddle. So that was a really, really cool experience. On this one in particular, we actually stayed in a hotel that's attached to this fevadero, and so we were able to stay there quite late into the evening, and that was really, really beautiful. So yeah,